Redpath, one of the targets here, but they've gone to Connor Sutherland in the middle, and he takes it clearly. So the drive comes on from Hawick, been seen on more than a few occasions over the years here at Mansfield, and it's starting to gather a head of steam up towards the 22. Tremendous early drive from Hawick, that's got the crowd going. And Fraser Rennick breaks off, he goes to Sean Goodfellow. He's a burly, stocky scrum half, back at the club, of course. He takes it up another metre or two. Nicky Little plays scrum half, and Hawick continue to drive on here. They're now maybe 15 or so metres. It's the first carry of the afternoon for Dalton Redpath. There's Currie players in over that, but Hawick are going to maintain possession. Brunton low. Oh, there was a tap down there. The referee you making here on the ref mic is only calling it a scrum advantage, so there's advantage coming to Hawick nonetheless. No, he's going to bring them back for a penalty.
That's high.
One of the Premiership's top marksmen, Ford, begins his run up, strikes it cleanly, makes no mistake, the flags are up, and it is first blood to Hawick. No, and a team can come in to a fixture of this magnitude with no greater degree of confidence than 4 bonus point wins from 4, but it's a Hawick scrum centre field just inside the Currie half, fed by Goodfellow. Held at the base as it stands by Jay Linton. Brunton now in possession, and Kirkford's on the wraparound, and Kirkford's got Morgan Tate in space. Morgan Tate cuts back inside. Cardosi again with the tackle. He's put himself about so far, but Hawick players have held on to that just outside the Currie 22, so it's going to be the first penalty of the afternoon to Currie. Hooker Roy Vukago, let me tell you, he is a big old unit, and that's been taken in, but fumbled by Currie, but there must have been a Hawick hand in there because the referee is happy that didn't go forward, and the aforementioned Vukago with a meaty carry. He sets the platform for his scrum half, Lessels. It's been put high in the air by Jamie Forbes, but it's been taken in there by Kirkford, and Kirkford's beat the first man, and a wee bit of space is opened up, and he's put boot to ball. Kirkford, now that almost looked like it could have been a 50-22, but decent defence by Currie, decent fielding off the kick. Now they're trying to escape from their own 22, but swarming Hawick defence has wrapped the Currie player up just outside the 22 now, but Currie have managed to maintain possession. It goes to Davis. Davis pops it onto Carson, real veteran of this Currie outfit, Cardosi, with a tip pass out the back door, and there's men over here for Currie on the far side, and it's break on there by DJ Innes. He's hauled to ground deep now into the Hawick half, just out, or almost equidistant between the 10 metre line, the 22, and Ali Baines, the latest Burley Currie forward, to take it up. Speaking of which, here comes Chris Anderson on his 22nd appearance. There's an arm out here, Currie playing with a free ball, the penalty advantage is coming, and it's been stolen by a Hawick player, so they're going to come back for the penalty. Looks, yeah, the referee explaining to players that Fraser Wilson, the Hawick second rower, was offside, so it's a penalty centre field as Jamie Forbes lines this one up, another of the Premiership's leading marksmen. Heads towards the posts, and the flags are up, so parity is restored here with 11 minutes gone at Mansfield. It's Hawick 3, Currie 3. Currie players again trying to snaffle that, but it's been maintained by Hawick, and it's Goodfellow again, this time to Sutherland. Impressive start to the game by Sutherland. Cardosi making a nuisance of himself. And here come Hawick, Lee Armstrong. Armstrong with a floated pass out to Morgan Tate. Morgan Tate needs to be wary of the touchline, but he's done well there, Tate, to come back inside to his fullback, Kirkford. Again, Vukago in over that. The referee, the counter ruck's now coming on. Hawick need to secure this ball inside the Currie 22, 5 metres in from the stand side. Armstrong playing standoff, goes to Fraser Rennick. Fraser Rennick pumps the legs, and it takes a Currie player or two to haul him to the deck. Goodfellow again to Redpath. Redpath straightens and goes. Makes another metre or so. Hawick inching their way forward here, and it's out to Brunton. Brunton out the back door to Tate. Tate sees half a gap and takes a couple of Currie players to haul him down. Hawick still in possession, being told to use it by referee Callum Worsley, so they do exactly that. Rennick sets it up again for his scrum half, Goodfellow. This time it's Jay Linton, and Jay Linton pumps the legs and continues to go. He's got help there from a couple of Hawick players, one of which was Wilson. So they're sent on. There's a half a gap being spotted there. It almost turned into a full gap, and another couple of metres have been taken there, but have Currie stolen this? Yes, they have, in the shadow of their own posts. So they'll be looking to exit here, but there was a lovely little half break there by possibly Sean Muir.
Currie's defence, are doing really well, and we just saw too many turnovers there.
Yeah, Mark Cairns spoke pre-game about how happy he's been with the defence as well as attack, and that was evidence there. But Hawick are in here, lovely break, and it's Andrew Mitchell, one of the form players in this league. First try of the afternoon, and David, that is peak Andrew Mitchell.
Yeah, it is. I mean, what can you say? You could be really critical of Currie there. It seemed to be too easy for Andrew Mitchell. He took that ball, it came off the line out there, and took a great line. He cuts a good line, and he makes it look easy because his pace, his power, he looks like he's gliding there, and you think somebody's bound to get to him, but he's going at a rate. He's got that sort of languid running style. You were already calling that a try before he got past the last man, because you knew nobody was going to stop him.
That's it. As soon as I seen who it was, and you mentioned his pace, you mentioned his power, but he's got the rugby nous as well to come on that, almost that what you might call a dog leg arc, that in and back out. And the unfortunate fullback Sam Leto there had his work cut out, and he was never going to stop him. Kirk Ford from bang in front adds the extra, so all of a sudden there's a little bit of daylight as Hawick go out to 10 points to 3 in front with 16 and a bit minutes gone. Didn't make masses of distance with it, but they've maintained the line out. The drive came on, and Sean Goodfellow's put that into the box, and it's been taken in by the Currie winger on that far side, Ryan Daly, but he's been harried and hassled by Hawick defence, and again there's Hawick players in over the ball, but it came back safely enough on the Currie side. Lessels finds his prop Chris Anderson. Anderson's been chopped, but he's managed to keep the ball on the Currie side as they form the old caterpillar at the back of this ruck to buy that extra few millimetres for the box kick from Lessels, but it's been charged down, and it's been gathered in by Dalton Redpath, and Dalton Redpath needs support here because he's, through his own good work, he's run away from his support, and for the second time through no fault of his own, he's been pinged for holding on. And David, you called it before, and it happened again. He just, through his own good work, the support couldn't get with him.
Yeah, and it's a good point to make, Robin, that it's through no fault of his own. He can't be the one. He's made a great break. He's charged down. The ball bounced nicely for him into his arms, and he was almost through, half through there, or he was on his way to the line. But we need the Hawick players looking for those opportunities. There has to be somebody on his shoulder quicker than that.
Could it be argued that in a situation like that, there maybe needs to be more to favour the attack, because all the Currie fullback has to do there is hang off, allow another player to tackle him, come in over the ball, and there's only going to be one outcome, and I always sometimes feel it favours the defence.
It's a good point, Robin. It does. There's no doubt about that, but I suppose the onus is on players to be quick in attack and make sure they're attacking in numbers.
And for all that is worth, Hawick have won the Currie line out that stemmed from the penalty, and Andrew Mitchell, a try scorer, is using his power to swat off a couple of Currie tacklers. Cammy Gray's in there trying to release the ball, but it's managed to be maintained, and it's out to Jay Linton. Jay Linton's been reasonably well marshalled there by the Hawick defence. He's been caught behind the gain line, but he's set it back cleanly. Dalton Redpath again, he's had a couple of breaks, picked the pocket the Currie defence a couple of times so far in the 21 minutes or so of this game so far, and Hawick inching forward here for centre field, and it's a little dink over the top was attempted by scrum half Sean Goodfellow, but a Currie hand got to the ball, and they've managed to mop it up, and it's been carried forward by Sam Cardosi, the open side wing forward, and the tip pass out the back there by Graham Carson, and now there's a chance to run for the man mountain, the Fijian hooker Roy Vukagu. Connor Sutherland's all over him like a rash, but penalty's been awarded against Hawick for a high tackle. Stand side, Vukagu it will be to throw in, and he goes to Bain at the front. It's gone to ground but gathered in by Carson, the Currie prop. He goes back to West. Hawick players all over the ball there, they're in over that. Nicky Little making a nuisance of himself again, but another penalty just starting to rack up a wee bit. Hawick conceded again, and Lessels is taking it quickly, and he goes to Forbes. Forbes has got the winger on the outside. The referee again has penalised Hawick.
Yeah, I've got guys in the middle who were not 10.
Yeah, that's fine.
Which number was it? This?
I didn't get numbers as far as I was concerned, so I'm coming back to check the...
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah, Morgan Tate, the Hawick defender on this side, and it's James McCaig, as you say, that's tucked in directly behind the scrum. He's 2 from 3 this afternoon, 6 tries this season, and he heads towards the blind side, but bit of a decoy as it's picked up by the number 8. Half a gap appeared for Forbes, but he was scythed down. Currie maintained possession, however. Taken in there by Ali McCallum, the rangy second row. There's a Hawick player again in over the ball. Decides better of it. And again, Hawick, manful Hawick defence here. It was Ali Bain, the latest Currie forward, to trundle it up. Tipped back to Sam Cardosi. He's been on the score sheet so far this season, but he's hauled down. And again, Currie looking to keep it in the forwards. Davis is in to support his player there, but this time they come to Forbes. They're Hawick hand in there, but it's come to the advantage being called, and it's Vukagu swatting off players. Now it's McCaig. McCaig comes back in field, up towards the try line. They're not far away here, Currie. Rhys Davis, the latest to head towards the whitewash. This time it's Graham Carson. Hauled down by the green wall. Lessels, the other prop, Chris Anderson, trying to draw in these Hawick defenders. Ali McCallum, but the Hawick, Fraser Rennick's in over that. Rennick, and he's stolen it, Fraser Rennick, so says the referee. Currie, however, stolen it back and flopped over the line, but the referee has awarded a Hawick penalty. And David Fraser Rennick, I mentioned him earlier in the game, he's one of the league's most prominent performers, and he showed it right there. And it's Vukagu in providing the support. Ali Bain on his 5th appearance carries it again for Currie. Tipped on there under pressure but from a Hawick player, but it's back in the hands of Innes. Innes still managed to maintain his feet up to halfway. A couple of Hawick defenders drag him down. Now here comes Rhys Davis. He only knows one way, and Currie are up over the halfway line. Middle of the field. Now it's the substitute Ingalls. He fires out to Ryan Daly, but Ryan Daly's hauled down by his opposite winger, Ronan McKean. Currie now looking to give it some air. Out to Innes again. Innes is first hit by Lee Armstrong, then taken down by another Hawick player, and there's a Hawick player in over the ball there, but it's came back on the Currie side, and it's Cardosi. Cardosi with a hitch kick, fires out to the winger, James McCaig. Pretty close to the touchline, but managed to keep it in field. Currie, Bain comes back to Forbes. Again, Innes, this time puts boot to ball. That's a Currie throw inside the Hawick half, and they've played it safe to the front of the line out. Didn't look all that straight, but the referee's happy enough, and it's Innes again in the midfield. He comes out the back door, and that's a good piece of defence again by Morgan Tate. He's been impressive so far in this game. He was up out the line, good line speed. Well taken there off the bootstraps by Sam Cardosi in the midfield. And it's out to Innes again. That's a good cut-out pass to the rampaging number 8, Davis. Now a wee bit of space has opened up for Currie here, and they're up into the Hawick 22, and that's Carson taking it in. Lessels out to Innes. Now the substitute Ingalls. Vukagu heads towards the line. Hauled down just short. But Currie again still in possession. It's been maintained. Rhys Davis takes it to deck, and it's the second row this time. There's a wee bit of a coming together of Currie players between him and Sean Fisher, but nothing doing, says the referee. So it's back with Forbes. Forbes out to Leto. Hawick have got their work cut out, but that's a good man and ball tackle there by Kirk Ford, but Cardosi's come up with it. Cardosi out the back door to the captain, Jamie Forbes, and just before half time, 25 seconds to go, Jamie Forbes is over. And David, as you said, Hawick would be looking to see out the half, but that's exactly what didn't happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think I just got a sense there's been, we can say that Currie haven't threatened an awful lot in this game, but that shows how much it's taken out of Hawick. They've been doing a lot of tackling, they've been working really hard, particularly in the middle area of the park. There's been lots of phases there over the last 10 minutes for Currie. They've had the ball and going forward, and it's always harder, as you know, Robin, it's always harder working in defence to keep getting back up off the floor, making the hits. And I think Currie, they just kept working there, kept working. This time, the difference between that time and what we've seen from earlier Currie attacks is they kept hold of the ball and they kept it through the phases, and those breaks that the forwards made into that 22 on the far right, Hawick in, so that when they did hold on to the ball and get it left, they eventually had men over.
Jamie Forbes to attempt this conversion to turn his 5 into 7. He's 12 metres in from touch. Decent strike right down the middle. Referee telling Sean Goodfellow that there's numbers aplenty and that he has to stay back, and that's gone right over the top to Sean Fisher, and Sean Fisher's allowed to get up ahead of steam as he carries it up towards the Hawick 22. And the last thing Hawick will want to do here is concede again, whether it's a try or even a 3-pointer, and it's juggled by DJ Ennis before he takes it in, and there's an arm out by the referee, so there's a penalty advantage coming. So all of a sudden Currie very much in the ascendancy here, and they're into the Hawick 22 now and playing with a free ball. It's Forbes to Ryan Daly, who's come right across from the opposite wing looking for graft. Always good to see. Will Ingalls, the substitute.
From the side over there, so I can't let you play advantage. We'll come back for the high tackle, which is here.
High tackle, and it's a penalty just outside the Hawick 22 as Forbes lines this one up. Strikes it well, makes no mistake. So as was predicted here, we've got a ding dong on our hands. It's half time here at Mansfield. Hawick 10, Currie 13. Split line out here, a couple of pods. They come to the middle, and that's cleanly taken in there by Sutherland. Now the drive comes on, almost a carbon copy of the first half, where Hawick kicked the touch and then the drive, but they're broken off here, splintered off Fraser Rennick. He's up towards the line, Fraser Rennick, and he's over the line, and cometh the hour, cometh the man, David.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're talking about there's certain players, when they've got the ball, you just don't see them being stopped, do you? And Fraser came out of that, bolted out of that maul when he saw there was a chance and it was splintering, and he just bounced off one, bounced off another, and over. Yeah, very hard to stop from 6, 7, 8 metres there. Yeah,
for me, an absolute key component in Hawick's double winning success last season was the return to the club from the Southern Knights of Fraser Rennick, and my word, they've got some depth at hooker as well, with another ex-Southern Knight, a captain of the Southern Knights, no less, Russell Anderson. Yeah, a couple of minutes gone. Kirk Ford with this conversion attempt. Strikes it well, straight down the middle. So 3 minutes gone in the second half. It's Hawick 17, Currie 13. Scored last week against Heriots, and he's found his man from the line out. And it's Lascelles out to Forbes, who finds open side flanker Cardosi in the midfield. This time Forbes grubbers it through, but it's well positioned there by a Hawick player, and it's been sent back downfield, and that's been returned by Currie, allowed to bounce by Morgan Tate, but bounces up and into his bread basket, and this time it's going to be Lee Armstrong. He's put it high, Armstrong, and he's after it, Armstrong, and there wasn't a Currie player within a couple of metres of him when he's up and into the Currie half, but again he's little by way of support, but they've got to him, the Hawick players, and now there's a Hawick penalty coming when it looked like it might have been the other way, and now there's numbers on this near side for Hawick if they can spin it out. Oh, Rennick under pressure from Vukagu, but they're going to go back for a Hawick penalty and bang in front, David.
That just shows, you know, the value of chasing a kick, doesn't it? Lee Armstrong put a kick up there, might not have been quite where he wanted. He was attacking from his own 10 metre, putting it up, and it came very much in field, but he chased it down really well, and I think nobody else quite knew what was happening. Nobody else went for it.
The kick bamboozled some of the Currie players, and he caught it without a hand being laid on him. Kirk Ford, 30 metres bang in front. Strikes it, and again the flags go up, so a dream of a start to this second half for Hawick. Fairly central, just inside the Hawick half now, and again it's Lightfoot to feed. Lightfoot this time is going to fire out to a standoff. Brunton out to Armstrong, and Armstrong puts it down the park. Where's that going to bounce? Towards the 22, but there's a Currie player over there in attendance, and it comes infield to Ryan Daly, the winger. Daly kicks it, but it's gone right down the middle of the park to Lee Armstrong. Lee Armstrong with a hedge kick. Armstrong, oh, big handoff there, right to the moosh of Daly. And now it's Sean Muir. Muir with yet another carry. Lightfoot having been set up by Muir, goes to Fraser Rennick, and Fraser Rennick, scorer of the Hawick second try. He's made a couple of metres there, Fraser Rennick, and again there's been a pick up and go there, and Lightfoot's off and running, and Lightfoot's up towards, or up and into the Currie 22. Brunton this time plays scrum half. Brunton now goes to Mitchell, and Mitchell runs into the heavy traffic, and the heavy traffic fail to stop him at source. So Hawick now up 6 or 7 metres on. It's been spilled but hacked on. It wasn't knocked on, and it's been picked up by Lee Armstrong.
That was a kick. Look, that came off his shins. That ball came off his shins. That wasn't
Lee Armstrong's remonstrating with the referee.
In the pick up, his hands are down here, thinking.
Oh no, I think the referee's got that one wrong.
Hawick 20, Currie 13. Currie with a scrum, 5 metres inside their own 22. The knock-on having been awarded against Lee Armstrong, who very much felt it'd come off the boot prior to him flopping over for what he believed to be a valid try. We'll just look at see who's come off there. I think it's Connor Sutherland. We'll come back to that, but a big shunt on there by the Hawick scrum for the first time today. The scrums have been fairly even, and Hawick have won that. Oh, the referee again's awarded a knock-on against Hawick, in fairness. Camille Lascelles, the Currie scrum half, had seen something in there. Sean Muir takes a Currie player out the equation, looking for the space to open up here. Hawick, and it's Armstrong again. Armstrong out to his centre partner, Andrew Mitchell, and there's another penalty coming here as Welsh goes in looking for his first involvement. Right in front, 28 metres out, Ford. The crowd like it, the assistant referees like it, and all of a sudden do we have a 2-score ball game. As the clock ticks down, the rain continues to fall here, and it's a Hawick scrum. Lightfoot out to Anderson, Anderson to Mitchell, and it's opened up for Mitchell here. Red Sea stuff for Mitchell. He's up towards the 22. He's going to have to find support. Currie players in over there, but the support's got there, and that's a lovely clean ball, and it's flung out to McKean on the same side where he scored that famous try back in March. But he's cutting field here, and he's up in at the 22. Lightfoot at the base. Lightfoot's got an on-run as a Hawick player, and it's Sean Muir. Takes another 4 or 5 metres for Hawick. Tom Hope, the substitute, he trundles it now, and the referee's arm is out once again, centre field. So Hawick again playing with a free ball here, and it's Connor Sutherland who the latest to half break, and they're playing advantage here, Hawick, and they're over the line and they're in, and it looks like it's Charlie Welsh, and that was cute play by Kyle Brunton with a grubber, playing with a free ball. And David Ferguson, that takes out to 28 points to 13, and that was fine play all round.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Hawick, again, you know, we talk about Andrew Mitchell and how deceiving he is. Goes through a gap, but you know, that gap was huge, but clearly Hawick have worked on that. Lee Armstrong timed the pass absolutely perfectly, drew the players to him, put him into the gap, and he streaked across halfway in a good 40-metre run there, taking Hawick up to that 22. What was really pleasing at the end was they knew they had a penalty coming. You're starting to think, okay, another penalty could stretch that out to 13 points, but they didn't stop playing, Hawick. They kept going. A nice wee grubber, as you say, perfect in behind a Currie defence. It was at 6s and 7s, and Charlie Welsh was ready for it on the same wavelength there to finish off, and that starts to open up the gap that Hawick have been waiting for.
Palmed back and into the arms of Jay Linton. He wasn't expecting the pass to be fired out to him, but he's made the most of it nonetheless, and there's what looks like a wee bit of a arm round the neck there from a Currie player, but referee Callum Worsley seems happy enough, and there's a wee bit of a cute chip over here, and it's looked for Charlie Welsh, and Charlie Welsh feeds it inside to Dalton Redpath, and he sells an outrageous dummy, and now he's got Andrew Mitchell in support, and Andrew Mitchell hairs off. He's up and into the 22, and Mitchell's looking for support, tried to feed it back, and there's a penalty coming there. However, Redpath's looking for more than that. He takes it forward another metre or so. Great play as Lightfoot thought he'd seen a chink of light and tried to weave his way through it. The referee's going to bring them back for a penalty, and is there going to be a yellow card? coming the way of a Currie player. Indeed there is here. We'll have a listen in to see what the referee's going to say.
You're spoiling a great attacking opportunity.
Yeah, spoiling a great attacking opportunity, quote unquote. So, Currie player comes towards the sidelines. I think it's DJ Innes. Yeah, coming to the sidelines. Professional foul there by Innes. As Hawick were looking for that fourth try, but they're still going to have an opportunity here because Kirkford has sent it to the touchline, maybe 8 or 9 metres from the Currie line. Now David, possibly the smart money here is on something that's been seen on countless occasions over the 150 years of Hawick rugby here. Line out, catch and drive perhaps?
I think there's a good chance, just looking at how Currie are trying to match up here, but they know it's coming in the forwards.
Yeah, but it's gone right over the tail. Unfortunately, it's been gobbled up by Cardosi. So Currie in possession out the back door by Cardosi, and there's a wee bit of space opened up on the far side for 14-man Currie here as they're up and over, and there's a wee bit, and it's been fed back inside but been fumbled, so the referee's going to bring them back for a Hawick scrum, and Hawick have still got time. They've got 3 or 4 minutes remaining to try and get that bonus point.
This will be sending a message out to everybody that Hawick are still very much in the running for this championship.
Yeah, and standoff, it was fed out to Forbes by replacement scrum half Matt O'Neill, and Forbes has been caught in the shadow of his own post, and a penalty has gone the way of Hawick. There's a bit of pushing and shoving there.
Fraser in it.
Yeah,
look at Charlie Welsh looking for the ball.
Charlie, he's in an acre of space. Charlie Welsh, if they can see him. And they're over the line, Hawick. Charlie Welsh's services on this near side were not required because someone has stuck it up the jumper and fallen over the line, and the man that is coming up, he's getting the slaps on the back. Who else other than Sean Muir, a captain's innings?
Yeah, I think there was only one thing in Sean Muir's mind there, wasn't it? 5 metres out, you've got a penalty, let's just go now. And Charlie Welsh did really well to come up, and he was totally open. All they needed was a big long pass to the left side and he could have gone in, but Sean Muir knew, no, there's one way, route one, and the forwards were right in behind him, those Hawick forwards, so they've got the bonus point try. All
the talk about Currie, some might say that suited the Mansfield men down to the ground. For the first time in a long time, many had them to be second favourites in a 2-horse race, almost unbelievably here at Mansfield. Some of those that did will remain nameless. Cough Dale Clancy as Kirkford lines this one up. Meat and drink a kick of this nature for Ford. He's going to put the cherry on the Sean Muir bonus point cake. Dissects the uprights. The referee's whistle blows for full time. It's finished here at Mansfield Park. Hawick with a bonus point, 35, Currie 13.
We knew what we had to do coming out of the blocks. Start fast against Currie. They've started the season unbelievably well, but if I'm honest, they've not played a team like us, and we know when we play to our best, we test anybody in this league, and we knew we just had to get our big men into the game early, like Jay Linton, Dalton Redpath, and we're a handful for anybody.
We believe we're a good team, and we know we are a good team, and I think we probably did go in at half time on top, even though Hawick started really well. And yeah, we were in a good place. We were pretty positive. The half-time team talk was good. We knew what we needed to come out and do in the second half. We just weren't able to do it.
We were happy with the first half. We defended really well. Obviously, Currie are a dangerous team, and we knew they'd have chances. We knew we'd be under the cosh a little bit. But look, when we were in at half-time, there was no panic. We knew just get back to our structures, get a little bit more ball, because after that 20 minutes, we didn't see very much yet. So we knew just to get back to our game plan, get back to our structure, and we would get chances again.
We just couldn't get a foothold in the game, to be honest with you. It was difficult. You've got to obviously say that Hawick were very good. They were. They were incredibly incredibly good and incredibly scored well when they had to. But we just couldn't get a foothold in the game. I think we were in there 22 once and spawned the opportunity that we did have. So any momentum that we had at half time was sort of whittled away. And we were obviously disappointed, but I think if we're honest, we didn't deserve to win with that second half performance. We know what we can do. The first half was a reflection of that, but it was a tough second half for us, and we're going to have to lick our wounds for next week.
That was the pleasing thing for me, is we've nilled Currie in the second half, which is no mean feat to do, and we were bang on. Everybody came firing out of the traps, attack, defence, everything was working for us, and it was a really good second half. But if I'm being honest, I still don't think we've hit our best yet. Still think there's a couple more gears to go, and we'll work hard from now to find that for the remainder of the season.
We have had a good start to the season, and we will go again next week. We've got Hawks at home where we can regroup and hopefully get back to what we are and kind of the way that we want to play. But we were under no illusions that this was going to be tough today, but we were also under no illusions that we could hopefully come away with a result today. And we didn't do that. Hawick deserved everything they got, but we're obviously disappointed.
We just need to keep winning. We've reacted since the Mar defeat. We had a few harsh words after that. That wasn't us, and the response since then has been amazing. I know Jed haven't started the season great, but we know what border teams are like. Years ago we were like that, backs against the wall. That's when teams are most dangerous. So we'll prepare for Jed like we've prepared for Currie, and hopefully Dale Clancy writes us off again on the podcast. Underdogs, he kind of made the boys team talk today. I didn't have to say a word. Boys are raring to go.